These two models are Hallicrafters, top of the line shortwave receivers for the 1940s. This is the SX-42, and the one that was just shown, which I'll bring up here again, is the SX-62. We'll start with this one. This is the SX-42. It was introduced around 1946-47. And it's a very unique receiver in that this will do AM, FM, and everything in between, the entire shortwave spectrum. This thing weighs 75 pounds. It's been called the Widowmaker, along with its sister set, the SX-62. Dummy here, when he was younger, got this receiver, the 62, was dumb enough in his younger days to lift that thing up 3 flights of stairs to his dorm room. This one had to come about 30 years later. I've been wanting one of these since I was a freshman in college. Finally found one, and I'm about ready to give you a quick demonstration of it. This is the main tuning wheel, and as you can see, subdivided into about, what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bands. To tune it, you have this concentric wheel. This is your main tuning. And then up here is the dial for band spread, but to activate that, this will turn freely and do nothing at all. By the way, I am missing this knob. If anyone happens to have the switchover knob, please let me know. I would love to complete this radio. To go into amateur radio frequencies and start doing band spread, what you do is you take this little knob till it clicks. Now, this knob is frozen. Nothing moves over here. But when you go over, you'll notice on the band spread side, it starts to move. Here are the main controls. Aside from the volume and on-off switch, automatic volume control, noise limiter, and a receive standby switch, which is normal, part and parcel of a amateur receiver. You have a tone control, selectivity. You can select your IFs, whether you want it wide, normal, or medium or sharp. And then you could go one step further and use the crystal, which will knock out adjacent frequencies that may just be overlapping the signal you want to hear. And you can go in and even phase that other station out with this phasing control. Your sensitivity control is all the way up. This is the BFO pitch control. You turn that on with this reception. This has AM, FM, and phono on this side. Finally, up here, a genuine S meter. Let's go on ahead and give this thing its paces. When I received this radio, it was a real mess. Had to take it completely apart, wash it down, repainted the cabinet. It's not quite the right color, but it looks a lot better than it did. It had like a sloppy black latex finish, which I knocked out. Polished all the knobs up. When I recapped it and tried it, 2 things. 1, it was dead. 2, it was smoking. These have an Achilles heel, which is in the band switch section. If you let things go too long with a short circuit, they will start burning up the switch wafers, and in this case this one did. It was a mica capacitor was rubbing against the shaft, and it took full 250 volts and smoked up a part of the band switch. I had to clean all the carbon out. Trying to think of the word here. Not glue, epoxy, that's it. Epoxy the damaged section and replace whatever components were damaged in the process. Fortunately, FM was able to settle down. The other part with it being dead, it was just a dead tube, I think. I think I may even have the stupid thing here. Yeah, I think it was this one. It was just dead as a doorknob. Popped in a new one, plong, she sprung up to life. So, anyway, enough of that. Let me see what the lights are going to look like. We'll put it on low. That's better. Now this is hooked up to my antenna farm, which is over here. And I'm going to have to eventually keep going in and out to switch antennas. I'm intending, you might even see these wires here, I'm intending on making a remote antenna farm over here. This will be where the antenna is connected. The FM antenna will be here, and then down here will be each one of these receivers. This one will be probably receiver number 2, and I can plug in like a telephone cord board my antenna, ground, whatever connections I need. But for right now, that hasn't happened yet. I'll be probably doing a video on that later on. The antenna is the Cliff Dweller shortwave antenna, which is up on the wall. So without further ado, let's go ahead. We are on AM. Let me switch this out. That buzzing, there's something vibrating in there. Yeah, it probably needs an oiling. I'm now on the low side of the AM band. AM is on. We'll put it on hi-fi. Broad selectivity. Everything is up. Here we go. And our meter is starting to swing. And I have the Hi-Fi R42, I think is what it's called, speaker. It's the real nice bass reflex speaker. AM is going to be lousy, I'm going to tell you that right now, because I've got a lot of interference, unfortunately. Here we go. At least put my name, put my station on properly. I've got a lot of interference, unfortunately.
Right here on the big one, 700.
WLW easily comes in. Again, a lot of noise.
You are in the band.
That's the high end of the band. Now we start going into shortwave. Switched over. Here's the 80 meter band. Doubt we'll hear anything today on this. Nope, there's nothing going on here. Go to the next band. We should get some shortwave stations here shortly. In fact, let me undo one of these. There we go. There we go. Unfortunately, on shortwave anymore, it's just religious stations and occasionally a few foreigners. And pirates.
Everything.
First Timothy chapter 6.
Okay, now we're getting into the amateurs. Put that about right here. To get to the amateurs, switch over to band spread, kick on the BFO, turn off your automatic volume control, and start tuning.
It sounded like you said KB0 Tango Alpha Delta. Is that a rocker? Yeah. KB0 Roger on the ESC. Okay. And that's a kilowatt.
Well, that's them. I listen to a lot of them while I work on sets now. So, we'll turn that off. Put this back on. Put this back on.
For the hour of his judgment has come.
I have no idea what that is.
Juan Formel a través de acciones de sus piezas, interpretadas por agrupaciones y proyectos de la escena.
I said to her sister,
Now we're at the 25 meter. Now we're going to be on the high end of the shortwave band. See if we can get any CBers. There's one. That's the CB area. Now, we're not going to hear anything else because now the shortwave, at the time of the day now, shortwaves are now 25 meter up to 49. So that's the end of that. So now we're going to go up to the FM side. There's really not much in the FM range from 30 up to 60. Just a lot of noise. As I said. But that's not really the reason why I listen to that area. we're going to go here. It's for this that I listen. Here we go. And into the FM area we go. Which, before I do anything, switch the antenna out.
Your eyes forever and ever. 6 nations of the Grand River.
There's no automatic frequency control or anything like that, so you just have to really tune in. But listen to the bass when I switch this over.
All forever washes are buy 4, get 2 free when you buy a wash book. And between you and me, you don't even have to be buying one for your Padre.
I don't listen to this, by the way. Not that kind of music.
Classic rock.
WFBQ Indianapolis.
Get down, y'all.
It's very clear.
Beef and thick cut oven baked bacon.
Shoulders. The people of Pastor in this.
Answer for your child. It works. Call 317.
Sometimes, when you're curious, I'll be back.
And that's the entire spectrum. Now the SX-62 is virtually identical to the 42, except this is not for amateur radio. This is more for a shortwave listener's band cruiser. And it too goes from AM to FM and everything in between with this large tuning dial. Now I'm going to give you a warning. I've just tried to go through this and it's not as sensitive as I'd like it to be. I wish it were better, but this is what we're going to have to deal with. So hang on just a minute. Let me switch over to the antennas and we'll start. Very unique feature on this receiver. Each dial is individually lit depending on which one you're tuned to. Now let me make sure everything's on broad, we're on hi-fi, sensitivity's up. Here we go. This one's not going to sound near as good because it's on an R46B, which is just their standard issue speaker. We're now on WLW, we start with AM. By the way, beautiful flywheel tuning, check this out. Literally go through half the band with this one.
Running that way since he was hired in Detroit.
There's 1260.
Easily swings and fouls it straight back. Look out, press box.
Goes to top end. Any trouble? Now we're going to switch to this next band up. And the lights go up one. There's probably nothing really much going on this band as of yet. I can check. Where's the reception? No, not really anything going on. Main shortwave band, right here. I know who that is. That's South Africa. I haven't heard that in ages. This is South Africa. That's their time identifier signal. I didn't know they were still broadcasting.
You're listening to radio station WWRB, Manchester, Tennessee, in the United States of America. The audience...
Let me see if I can adjust it. Nope. Really doesn't do much difference, so we're in the right spot.
这样就可以了，别剪太短了。
And day 5.
That sounds like China. There's Havana, Cuba. This is one of the first stations I picked up 30 years ago on the 37 Zenith. Their theme song sounds just about the same. Weather station. See if we can bring him in. Ooh, almost flipped him. It's really tricky with these.
Zero. Visibility more
Got
than
him.
6. Few clouds at 25,000. Cincinnati from 0000 Zulu. Wind 280 at 10. Visibility more than 6. 8,000 scattered.
Now going into 25 meter.
Que ambos se ven las positivas en relaciones bilaterales.
Alright. High end of the shortwave band. See if we can get those CBers again. But in order to do that, I gotta switch my antenna. Nope, I'm not gonna get them. That's okay. In the morning you would get more stations over here. It's now 8 o'clock where I'm at in the evening, so you're not gonna get very much at all.
En el encuentro,
Except for that.
ambas partes intercambiaron opiniones de forma...
Now you go into FM. Again. Nothing here. Except for that, I don't know know what the hell that is. Nothing. This is one thing I do like about this radio. Boy, you can spin that knob and get it all the way over to one end of the band to the other. And then FM. Top end. Let's bring it up. Here we go. It's a little weaker. Let me switch over. There we go.
Gottfried August Berger was one of...
I'm gonna try to do my very best thing to prove that I'm your man.
And mostly cloudy skies. As we get into the afternoon, there is a 30% chance of a passing shower, but shouldn't last too long. A high of 76, then clearing skies tonight and a low near 60 degrees.
This one doesn't really have the tone as the other one does. Controls are pretty much the same as the SX-42 with a few differences. You do not have automatic volume control, switchable automatic volume control, I should say. You don't have a tunable BFO, and you certainly don't have band spread. You just have this one control and that's it. And for shortwave listening, it's reasonably spread out. You can do whatever. As you notice, it's kind of hard for me to tune in on a single sideband signal. 42 makes this a whole lot easier. But your band switch, as I showed you, individually lights up each band. Your volume control, your reception, AM, FM, phono, and the BFO. Selectivity, this is your IF bandwidth. That's broad, medium, sharp, and then you bring in the crystal control. The only difference is there's no crystal phasing also on this one, so you're pretty much stuck with trying to null out that frequency without the special control. Your tone, low, medium, high, bass, which doesn't really do anything, and sensitivity. These are kind of unique. You have the noise limiter, but this is different. This is such a wide band of, a wide swath, I should say, of the band, that sometimes the pointer isn't going to be exact. So what they do is they have a crystal calibrator. Every, I can't remember, 100 kilocycles or something like that, this thing will send off a signal so you can calibrate your pointer. So in this case, let's see if I want to do this. Let me put this in the middle of the band. Go right here. I'm going to turn this on. That's on. Now we bring up CW. There is your calibrator. And then if you want to adjust your pointer, you just do the pointer reset. Congratulations, you are now adjusted at 9 megahertz. Because now it fits there.